The gaze beyond the mirror. In the heart of a humming city, tucked between a flower shop and a phone accessories stall, stood a modest but stylish hair barbing saloon known as ALDIVINE Touch. It was the kind of place where the scent of aftershave lingered in the air like confidence, and jazz music played softly beneath the buzz of clippers. The barber, Deji, was a young man of few words and sharp precision. His hands were calm and his presence steady, like a painter in deep communion with his art. Customers trusted him not just with their hair, but with their silence. One Friday afternoon, just as the golden sun began painting the street in warm tones, a young lady named Tommy walked in. She had never been to a barbing saloon before. Her natural curls, now untamed from stress and heartbreak, framed her face in a kind of chaotic beauty. She wanted something different, a fresh cut, a restart. Deji didn't ask too many questions. He nodded, gestured to the chair, and began his work. But as the scissors moved and the clippers hummed across her scalp, Tommy found her eyes wandering, not to the mirror, but to his face. The way his brows furrowed slightly with concentration, the quiet rhythm of his breathing, the way he gently tilted her head, careful, like holding something fragile. She came back the next week. "Just a little trim," she said. And the week after, "Can you shape the sides more?" She didn't need to, but her heart did. Each visit, her eyes lingered longer. Her smile lasted a moment more. She didn't know how to say it, how to admit that somewhere between the snips and silence she had fallen. Deji noticed. He saw the way her gaze danced across the mirror to meet his when she thought he wouldn't catch it. He heard the way her breath caught each time his hand brushed her cheek to turn her head. But he never said a word. Not out of cruelty, but because he respected the sacred space between them, the quiet, unsaid poetry of admiration. One day, as she stood to leave, Tommy hesitated. She looked back. He smiled, just slightly. And though no words were exchanged, she knew he had heard every silent confession her eyes had whispered. Sometimes love doesn't bloom through declarations. Sometimes it sits gently in a barbing saloon chair, hidden behind glances, wrapped in mystery. Final summary. Tommy, a young woman seeking change, walked into ALDIVINE Touch for a simple haircut. But what she found was something far deeper. With every silent visit and lingering glance, she fell quietly in love with Deji, a calm and focused barber whose artistry spoke louder than words. Though she couldn't bring herself to confess her feelings, Deji saw it all in her eyes, but remained silent, honoring the delicate tension between customer and craftsman. But love, no matter how quietly it begins, finds its way. One rainy evening, Tommy returned, not for a trim, but just to sit, pretending to wait for a non-existent appointment. The shop was empty. Behind her ear. "I know," he whispered. "I was just waiting for you to say it." From that moment, the unspoken words that lingered in every glance gave way to real connection. Their bond grew, first over quiet coffee dates, then walks after work, and soon laughter filled the once silent saloon. Love had been blooming all along, and in the hum of clippers and the scent of aftershave, two hearts finally found their rhythm, together. Weighed down by heartbreak and self-doubt, found healing in Deji's quiet strength and presence, his calm energy, positive impact and effects of their relationship. One, emotional healing. Tommy, once weighed down by heartbreak and self-doubt, found healing in Deji's quiet strength and presence.